sleeve in the beginning. See how it's a little bit wider? So if I can get rid of that and yet see what I have in here, see that I'm going to end up putting, that's why I thought I had a piece that I can use that had nothing on it, but yet it was like a 1/2 inch to 1 inch long. That's what I was looking for, but it's over here. Hold on a minute, now that I think about it. Alright, I'm done. I really don't know where they are, and I don't want to waste a lot of time. Both your time as well as mine. I can delete your time, but I can't delete mine. What I'm using. Boy, some of this stuff goes back from when I had the boat. Yeah, that's going back a few years. We were coming out of Port Jeff in Long Island one day. It was a gorgeous day, and we're coming back. We went over for lunch. It was like an hour, 15-minute ride or so. We had the formula. I didn't run it crazy. I usually ran it somewhere around 22, 24 knots. I never really, like I said, ran it nuts. But, okay. So we pull out, skies are nice and bright. This is the second time this happened to us. Skies are nice and bright. And this was a 35-footer. Nice and sunny. We were in the cove. If you look at Port Jeff, you can see what I'm talking about. the Port Jeff ferry goes in there as well from Bridgeport. So we come out, and we're probably a mile and a half, 2 miles out, you know, and all of a sudden the wind is coming up like crazy. So I'm thinking, well, it's a nice day. We're not getting banged around too much. You know, we're riding them. So it looks pretty good. You know, the boat can handle it. Boats usually handle more than you think. So at that point, you know, we're talking, yeah, let's just go. It's not that bad. So we're going, and we're getting 1s, 2s, 3s, 4s. You know, it's starting to pick up. The wind is getting worse. And on the front of the Formula, it had, we had the bow rail naturally went all the way around. But right down the center, it had a cushion that was 3 pieces. And you were able to get 2 people to lay on them. You know, it was wide. And then on each side of the cushion, you had another rail. You know, it came up a little bit and then went down and came down a little bit, and the cushions were actually strapped to that. Well, as we're moving along, the next thing you know, it's starting to really pick up. The seas are still staying around 4, and the winds seem to like not be working in our favor. And the next thing you know, the cushions blew right off the boat. Well, yeah, they're cushions, but to have those cushions made again, it would probably cost me $400 or $500. So I turn around and I look, and they're afloat. They're floating. They're going up and down. So I told the wife, Darlene, babe, take the helm and bring me around, and I'm going to strap myself to the swim platform, well, to a cleat. I says, and I'm going to put on my device, naturally. I says, and when you start coming up on that, kind of bump into it, but you want to bump into it so it'll follow down the side of the boat. And then I just want you to throttle down. You know, I don't want you to come up to it 20 knots. Come up to it slow, throttle down, throw it in neutral, and just... And I said, if you hear me yell, turn the engines off, because I may be in the water and I don't want you hitting the throttle by mistake. So at that point, that's what we did, and I was able to grab him with the boat hook as I was strapped into the cleat with the jacket on, laying over. Anyway, we got him, and we got back. But that was a little bit of a tough ride. Now, getting back to that, the clips. After that happened, I bought a bunch of clips, you know, and I added extra straps. And I used to keep the clips on board so that if it were to happen or a strap were to go bad, at least I know that I can grab it and fix it myself without taking it to get it repaired. Because I had to take them to get it repaired because it ripped the straps. And I didn't have the hooks. That wasn't too bad. They only charged me like $170, I think it was. So, but I've had those since that Formula. Now that Formula, we bought the The last boat, the 50, 2000 I think it was. Yes, yes, yes. Terry. Yeah, I think we're gonna make it this time, guys. Well, that might be Darlene telling me dinner's ready, but it's too early for dinner. What time is it? Oh, no, it's not. Dinner is ready. Okay, that is. Wow. 17:40 already. Holy shit. Alright, let me finish soldering this up and go in the house. She stopped off at Aldi's on the way home from work to get some coffee. Yeah. They sell a pretty good coffee in there. I actually like it. I still like the 8 o'clock better, but this stuff is good. So while she was in there, she ended up naturally buying other things. And she's seen 90% for $2.29 a pound. 90% ground beef. That's a good. No! That's a good price. That's a real good price. Well, we had that right where I wanted it. Now what? Can I get it back in the hole? Yeah. Ow! If I stop burning myself, I can. And dropping shit. Now, where can I put you so you're going to stay? And not get all untwisted and all kinds of shit. You're going to stay there? Okay. So she picked up, I think she said she picked up 4 or 5 packs. And it was like 2 or 3 pounds to a pack or something like that. And then she says to me, I'm going to cook up a package for the boys and Jem. I said, fine. You know, what we'll do is we'll mix it in with the chicken a little bit so they can have a little extra taste. You know, give them that little extra. Oh, it is getting dark out there. Didn't even realize it. Get hot. No. Maybe if you can stick enough so I can leave you for the night and take care of you tomorrow. I got enough flux on it, so if it gets hot enough, it'll run all the way through for me. We're bubbling now, guys. Put some flux on the old solder. Trying to get a little extra there. I actually got stuck in some heavy weather 3 other times that were really bad. 15-footers, 14 and 15-footers. And it just came up on us when we were out there. One time on our boat, Darlene was with us. We were coming back from Martha's Vineyard. Or was it Nantucket? Anyway, we were coming back. Martha's Vineyard. It was Martha's Vineyard, yeah. And as we're coming up, again, the sun was shining, nice no clouds, nice day, nice and bright, nice and sunny. About 1:30 in the afternoon. Figure we leave, we get back to the home port, by 3:30. And as soon as we broke the Cuddy Hunk area, the Vineyard Sound, Cuddy Hunk, and the East and West Passage of Narragansett, bam! And boy, do I mean bam! They came on. They were started out about 10 or 12. Next thing you know, they're up to 14. It actually blew the hatches right off the front of the boat. We lost them. And the tender on the back, we weren't towing it. It was strapped onto the platform, luckily, because even that was getting to the point where it was getting ready to come off. There was 4 of us on the boat, and that was only a 32-foot Wellcraft, the Saint-Tropez, which was a nice boat actually. That was a modified V. That boat was nice. We're still sorry we got rid of that boat. We did the Vineyard, we did the Hudson River, New York, I don't know how many times. We went all over the place with that boat. West Point, Troy, and all. We went all the way up the river. I was going to go up and try to get through the locks and head up into the lakes, but I really didn't want to go that far up. So we went back down and we stayed at Chelsea's Pier for a few days, went into Little Italy for dinner and so on. But it's not too bad out today. The last couple of days, not only has it been cold, but it's been windy. Windy. Okay, let's make some room here. I gotta move things around here for a second. That's the old test probe. Let's get this out of the way for now, because this has a red tip on it. So when I see that, I'm going to say, why is that there? Is there a hole? There's a hole. Okay. Now where's that little ratchet? The ratchet. There it is. Let's take this one off and turn it around so we're not looking at a red wire. I don't want people to get confused. Okay. It's actually a little bit of the red that when you pull the red and the black apart, a little black stays on the red, a little red stays on the black. But the red is sticking out, so it looks like it's all red. And nobody's going to look at it and say, well, wait a minute, that's a ground strap. They're going to say, that's a red wire. You know, and all they really have to do is just kind of twist it a bit. Oh, come on, where'd you go? Well, now you're going to be a royal pain in my ass, aren't you? Sure, simple little project here. I was going to say, wait a minute, that servo shouldn't be moving. Well, if I took my finger off it, it wouldn't. All right, so now it looks black. Okay. Let's strip this down just a hair or two. Now, how is that in there so I know if I'm going to want to put solder on it all or not? Little screwdriver. I need a little screwdriver. Just a little bit. What did I do with it? I had one out here. Ah, give it a whip. I did. Okay. I'll probably end up soldering these. Come on. There it is. Now if that goes in there. Let's see. No, okay. So it doesn't work that way. So we got to bring it to the other side. So we got to bring it out all the way. And now we push it down in. So now when we tighten it, it'll pull it instead of push. Okay. Yeah, that's good. See, sometimes you may want to solder the tips, and in some cases it's better if you don't, depending on how it's being gripped upon. Okay. I was talking with Ray and his wife today, and I was asking him if he had a copy, red, black, if he had a copy of that paper on that, what you call it that he had done. He goes, I don't know. I said, well, I know you sent me one, but I can't seem to find it. And I couldn't find it. And I even have a folder for Ray. Everybody that I deal with, I have a folder in the email. So if I get something to or from, I put it in the folder. If, see, this should really be able to go right to that. I'm going to take chances here, guys. And if it comes out, or if I send it out, I do the same thing. So there's a Ray folder, and within that there's 2 subs, in and out. And that's on everybody that I deal with on an everyday type thing. Yep. No. It's not like I went anywhere. So where the hell did I put the screwdriver? Oh. Okay, so we have red, black, red, black, red, black. So let's get this one opened up. I got the trailer open too today. Alright, so I turned the camera off because Dara came in, and not because she came in, but when she comes in, the boys all come in, and Jem, you know, and they're all over. They act like a bunch of animals. Yeah, Jem comes in with her ball. She wants to play ball. There's no room for ball in here. That's why she's outside playing ball. But she'll carry it in here with her. Then she'll drop it. It'll roll under something. Then she sits there and barks at you until you get it for her. I wouldn't have it any other way. I was talking with my youngest son in Florida. He's 45, and he's looking after his mother, which is my ex. Apparently she's got a case of Alzheimer. So he says that at times she's tough, but most of the time she's okay. But and her husband is in the hospital dying, and he's young. I think, let me see, if I remember right, Nancy is 5 years younger than I. No, she wasn't that much younger than I. No. Maybe she was. No, that's my brother. She's probably 2 or 3 years younger than I am. So she's probably 69, 70, somewhere in there. However, her husband is probably early 60s, because he was a few years younger than her. But apparently he had a massive heart attack. Now, the problem being is, I just dropped something on the floor. Drop. I have no idea. I went to grab the rag and something fell. Anyway, a few years back, for some reason, I'm going to say about 5 years ago or so, for some odd reason, he had mentioned to Nancy somehow. See, I don't hear anything from them. I hear hearsays, from the kids, but it's not always on the money because they don't always hear what they hear. You know what I mean? So one day I got a call and we were bullshitting, and I was asking how they were doing, how's Kevin and how's Nancy and this and that. And she says, well, Kevin and Nancy, my ex-wife, had gotten divorced. I says, what? She goes, yeah. Oh, they're still living together, she says. They're still acting like man and wife. But there was something going on with Kevin to where they had to get a divorce. Now, I have no idea what that was. He may have been married before, as far as I know. Who knows? All right. He may have still been married. Who knows? Yeah. All right. He's Puerto Rican. He's a nice guy. He really was, I still got along with the both of them. Not that, we're chum-chum, but, I bought a Christmas tree the first year that they were together, but I bought it for the kids. And I brought it up and, I opened the door of their place and he's sitting at the table and I said, here you go, Kev. And I handed him the tree and, he gets up and he's a friend of mine on Facebook. And all right, now, none of this wire is going to comfortably make it down to there. So I do have to add. So I'm going to have to come around this side. And I'm going to, let me see, what's this one? Okay, and I want to bring these, now that they're all untangled and untwisted, I want to bring them back down through the hole. And actually, I can take the grounds right down. Yeah. Okay, well, let's do something with these. Hold on. Okay, so we have the red, the yellow, the red, the yellow, the brown, and there should be another one. There should be another one. Or is there? Wait a minute. 1, 2, 3. Nav lights, spotlight, strobe light. Okay. Oh, the other one's right here, the blue one. Okay. So now 2 of these can get tied together. What 2 do I want to put together? See, I have 4 wires here. I have 4 channels, but I can only use 3 of them. They used to make an 8 channel. They don't make it anymore. Nobody has it anywhere. If I can find it, boy, that would be great. And yeah, we can buy another 4 channel, but that only means we have another remote to deal with. Because on the 8 channel, the remote is the same size. Just that there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Same size. If we buy another 4, we're going to have 2 of these. You know what I may do? No, yeah, maybe. I'm wondering if I should, Now I'm not going to tie into this ground, meaning the ground that goes to this, the main input ground. This ground here. This is the one that was flipped this way, so it looks red. But now it's more or less black, so I'll mark it as such anyway. See, I was thinking about just tying these all into this, because this goes over to this ground strap. However, I may just tie these in together as one and just bring another ground strap over, so I'm not overloading the ground that this may need. You with me so far? Do you hear what I'm thinking? So I'm thinking that that's probably the way to go. Okay. And that's what I need that glue gun for. Well, let me finish doing what I'm doing here. All right, so I need right here. I need right here. How much do I need? I'm not going to need all that. I don't want to waste it. It's getting expensive. Now what do I do with strippers? Oh. Stop leaving shit around. Okay. So we're going to take this one. And these 3 or 4. Okay, let's see what I have for a connector. A connector. I want a connector. Come on, where are you? No, no, no. This one may do it. Let's see. See if it goes all the way. Yeah, okay. So this will take care of this side hopefully. But is it going to take care of that side? We won't know until we try it. Let's put this here. Crimp this. Crimp. Okay, if I have to run 2 of them, I will. See, the problem being is I want to make sure that the wires are long enough to where I can get the jacket inside. But yet I don't want the wires sticking out. So I'm going to try to get them all together and then cut them once I get them wrapped. So we'll make them long enough to get them in there. And we'll cut them down after that. So Val, enjoy yourself. Stay within a group. You'll be fine. If not, use some of that military training and kick butt. Ooh, ooh, ooh. or flash them. That may work. Okay. Now I used a little bit smaller opening. Oh, see, I don't like that. See, that's what I was afraid of. Fungal. That's what I was afraid of. Yeah, I started thinking about you flashing them, and I screw up. And if I solder them, that's another odd. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. I may have something. Wait a minute. I don't know if I'd want to use that or not, though. Oh, bang my head, why don't I? Now I sound like Carol Burnett. Let me see something first. Hold on a minute. Look around. Enjoy. The other container of heat shrink. Put it over here because I don't want to spill it all. Now, if I get the smaller connector, no, okay, so, hold on, we're not done. We're not done. Not done. I'm going to use that. I can probably get rid of this. That's what I'm thinking anyway. So do you usually get that little... All right. Coffee. Okay. Now I have to decide. Oh, you're down there, so you're not going to see what I'm doing. Here's the fuse block up here that I was talking about that I did. This is going to get installed. I guess I can install this too. Because if Ray needs it, it'll be right here for him. If he doesn't need it, well, it's not going to be here for him. You know what, though? How about if I... Yeah, I'm going to put it here instead, I think. Yeah, that's where I want to put it. Yeah. That's where I want to put it. Right there. Okay. Let me get the heat gun plugged in. I'll use the glue gun rather, and then I'll take care of it after. So at least I can have it tacked in until I get to it. Okay, so let's let that do its thing. Let's put you up here, and you can kind of gander around if you want. Okay, so I'm going to take this piece that you didn't see because you were down there, and I'm going to put it up right here because Ray has the board, the servo board that he's been working on and modified, which is great. So when he comes over, he's going to probably be installing that board here. And if he does need these, because again, I know he's working off a 12 volt. Now, that's fine, but I don't know if he put a converter in there, you know, to drop it down to 5 volts or not. If not, that's here for him if he needs it. If not, we'll just pop it off. So I'm not going to put it in there permanently. I'll use the glue gun. You can just pop those off if you need be. Now, I have the lights for the eyes. I should turn on the battery charger. So these are going to go together. I wonder if I should, I don't know. And then we have these two. The yellow goes to the yellow-orange strobe light. The red one goes to the nav lights because it changes over to white. And the brown one, I believe, goes to the spotlight, if I remember right. And there's another one around here someplace that goes to the meter. Okay, so Ray is going to need one part. Oh, you know what? I got to ask him. Well, let me see. Darlene's home. Hold on, guys. What I want to find out here is where's my coffee? Here it is. This unit over here is 4-channel. So it has 4 pair. Each pair has a hot and a ground output. I'm wondering if I could take each ground and put them together on the same ground strap, or do I have to put each one on its own ground? And that's what I want to know. Let me call. There's a phone number. Yeah, right, if it works. Hold on, guys. Okay, it gives you absolutely no possible way of talking to anybody until they call you back. It goes right into the voicemail. Our representatives will be with you as soon as they're done assisting others. And then leave your name, number, and a brief message. I mean, that's just the way it goes. Okay. So it doesn't give you an option to hold on or anything. Now this particular phone, the caller ID on it supposed to be, well, I don't know what it's supposed to be, but okay, so that's there. That took nicely. All right. And everything inside is sealed, so I don't have to really worry about that too much anymore. Those are sealed, so I don't have to worry about that. Okay. Do I need the heat gun, or the glue gun? I keep calling it a heat gun. I really wish I knew if I was able to do that or not. Really. Really, I do. Really. Okay. You see, I have all these already there. I have all the grounds tied into this one with a butt connector and heat shrink going down into the main grounding strap, which comes from the main battery side. So it should be okay. But again, not sure. Let's unplug this. Back over now. If I need it, I'll just wait. It's better than having it stay there plugged in. Okay. Okay. Let's get a little bit of a sip of thinking fluid. Now this 360 hasn't been on in a while, quite a while actually. I had on charge overnight. I don't know how long this is going to last because I haven't got it plugged in right now. As a rule, it usually lasts quite a while. It had no problem with an easy half hour. I don't know what's going on from there. All right, so let's test one of these lights, each one of them, separately, to see what's what. So let's put that right there. And let's go to this one. This one here is the strobe. So let's write all this down, because I'm going to have to do something with it eventually. Put it back into that little computer. I got that little 10-inch, but when it's sitting over here, I can't tilt screen back enough where I had it sitting. So instead of making it easy and moving it, and then it's set at 10 on the font size, which makes it worse, especially when you're trying to see. Okay, so that was the yellow. Okay, let's get rid of this thing. We don't need this here. Okay, so the yellow, I believe I had already written something down about the yellow. Red and black, brown and black. Oh, I did, but it's in the computer. That's right. Okay, so the yellow is the strobe. If I can spell strobe right. And light. I'm spelling light with a Y. Yeah, okay. Okay. So let's just double check just to make sure. Let's take this little hot wire. I'm glad I made these jumpers up. And go to the yellow. Okay, so that is the strobe. The red one is what? The red one is the nav lights. Alright, I got that written down. So the red covers the left, right, which is your port and starboard, and the white one, which is on the top. That would be like a running light or something, if that's what you want to call it. I don't know. Okay, so lights. So the red one was the nav lights, right? Yes. Red equal nav. All right. The other one here the brown one. The brown one, I believe, is the spot. Yes, that is the that one, and the yellow one are actually the voltage guzzlers. The strobe, when it's just on, isn't too bad. But when you hit the strobe to where it actually starts to turn, that's when it starts guzzling down the power. It takes the juice. Okay, so that's what we have there. Let me fold these down because these are not going to be used, so I don't want them to get in the way of anything here. Okay, and that one. Okay, so we have 1, 2, and 3. Then we have the eyes, which are over here. So what do I want to do? The brown is the strobe. No, the brown is the spot. The yellow is the strobe. The red is the navs. Those are the ones that go from red to white. Don't get me started. Anyway, now which one of those actually work the meter? So which one is hooked up? Something's hooked up right now that's making that come on. What is it, you say? Okay. The little yellow. Oh, we have another yellow. Okay, so this is the heavier one. So let's go down here. Is the strobe. The thin yellow is the belly light, I'm going to call it. And I wonder if that's the same one that works the meter. I wonder. Let's see here. No. Okay, so that one doesn't work the meter. So which one of these work the meter? This is which one again? That's the spot. I don't know. I doubt. Well, then again, who knows with this place? Okay, that's not the one. The red, which is the nav lights. Nope. Now, see, the nav lights I would have thought would have been probably the one. I mean, that's the one I would have thought about. Yellow, which is the strobe, and that's no. So the brown, the yellow, and the red, none of them work the nav lights. I wonder if the lights, the eyes, work the nav light. Yes. Okay, so the eyes work the nav light. The eyes work the nav. The eyes work the nav. Okay. Okay, so let me write that down. So the blue and purples, the blue suede shoes, blue, thin blue, eyes, plus voltmeter. Okay. you know, we're working with these servos for the lights, for the eyes, and we don't even know if the servos work. Now I do have an off-center 5 RPMs a minute 12-volt motor, but that means that these things are just going to open and close 5 times in a minute. So that's not going to work. All right, we still have to figure out what I want to do here with these lights. Okay. See, it's nowhere in the book. The book. What is with the book? Yes. That's the doorbell. We were just out there coming in, so it's now reminding me that we were at the door. It's kind of annoying at times. I had it set differently so it didn't keep reminding, but I don't know what I did. I was in the middle of doing something else. So. All right, so what do we have here on this thing? Let's find the pages in the order in which they were stapled. Okay. Overview. Installation. Do not connect to 24 volt. Thank you. Or higher. It's a 12 volt system basically, so don't get big ones. Don't even think about it. Okay. Find a suitable flat surface near the battery. Clean the surface free of dirt. Okay. Oh, this is written just for them, meaning whoever put this together. Before you install it, make sure you clean the surface from the dirt. Okay. You want to clean it free from dirt and oil. Yeah, you got everything covered there. So we should send a copy of this to them. And we'll keep a copy of this for our guys as well. All right. Securely attach. Okay, well that's the red. The red is securely attached, as is the ground. Now that's the question, the ground. And that's where it leaves you. That's where it leaves you. If it would only give me a little bit of an inside look at the diagram. And I don't want to open it because it's new. And you don't want to have to worry about it not working. And I'm saying, well, you opened it. Because, again, they don't know who opened it. I mean, look at this thing. They don't even know. Well, if you knew who built it, they don't know that they even built it or not. I mean, this is the way it is. What? A switch? We put a switch in there? What's it do? Oh, you want to know what it's wired? How it's wired? Oh, come on. You really expect us to know that? See, it's all on setting it up, but it's not talking about each one. See, I hate to assume, but I have to assume that that'll work. That's the problem. See, down here, let me show you. Okay, here's the unit. Hot ground, hot ground, hot ground. Negative, positive, that type of thing. All right, then we have the negative wire coming here, which that's actually a black wire, so I got to twist it around so that they'll know that it's black, because if they see that, they're going to think it's red. So shame on me for not taking care of that in the beginning. So I got to take it off here and just turn it. So here's what I was thinking. If I took all these blacks, all these grounds, and attached it to here, or attach them to one and then bring that one over to here. What's the difference if I do that or I bring each one over separately? That's what I'm trying to find out. And without knowing how they have it wired, because each one does have a separate output fuse, and they're different. Español. Valerie, you're going to be going to India, and I think you're concerned. I do. Now, if you want to go and you're going to go, just watch yourself. That's all. Keep your pocketbook in front of you, not on the side. This your way nobody can snatch it and run. Tell Steve not to keep anything in his wallet. Actually, a pair of cargo pants or cargo shorts, and you can always put the stuff in another pocket, or a couple of the lower pockets that have the buttons. They're a little bit hard to get to, and you don't want them bulging, so you don't want your pocket bulging. You don't want them to see that there's a lot in it. However, for most part, you gotta, as long as you stay with whatever group you're within, because they don't want trouble, because they want tourists. It's when you start deviating is when you get in trouble. I forgot who it was or what. I forgot. I can tell you the story, but I forgot who, what, name, where, what, whatever. It was a woman traveling alone, which is another mistake. But anyway, she jumped in a cab. When they got to the location, the hotel that she was staying, she asked the cab how much, and she was going to pay him with cash. He had said they don't take cash, they take credit card. Well, she hands him a credit card. After she hands him the credit card, he scans it with the little scanner on his phone. And now he's got all that information as well. And she signs, and then the next thing you know, she goes into the hotel and he takes off. And a couple days later, she's getting hit with all kinds of charges because he took all that information with that signature, did a little cut and pasting, and the next thing you know, he's basically stealing off the credit card. And she was a little concerned because when she did go inside, she was talking to the woman at the desk, and she was saying how it's strange that their cabs want credit card. She goes, no, she says, any cab that's around here is always cash. They don't want credit. They don't want to have to report anything. They want cash. Right? And she told her, watch your credit card. Sure as shit. So if you're going to use that, pay attention. Now, I think I told you guys, I have a debit card with a separate name on it. You may or may not, depending on your bank. And what I do is I transfer money into that when I'm going to use it. And I had them put a note or memo on it as to don't overdraw it. And one of them actually will call or text me if it's going into a sale overseas that's going to be overdrawn, because I don't keep only in what I'm going to spend. Now it takes a second to get on your system and transfer the funds, but you know what? I use that credit card for everything when I'm online, or if I'm going someplace I don't trust. All right, but again, not all banks will let you do that. All right, I still have to figure this out. I'm going to do it my way. Oh boy. I got to do something with these too. All right, let's get this started. I'm going to run let me get the flashlight so I can see what's what. I got to know which one's which. Okay, so the first one is a positive. So first, third, fifth, and the seventh. Okay, so the first one's a positive, next one is a negative, next one is a positive, next one is a negative. You got the picture. You got the picture. Now see, here's where it tells you. The first set has a up to 18 amps, the other one's up to 5 amps, the other one's up to 5 amps, and the other one's up to 18 amps. Well, none of this really uses 18 amps. The strobe may use 5 or 6. I should put an amp meter on it, but all right, let's disconnect that. Oh, and I wanted to turn that light on so the battery will start charging a little bit of trickle. There you go, a little 2 amp charge. You know, I didn't get up today until 12 o'clock, 12:02. Well, I got off the couch at 12:02. It was about 5 o'clock that I went up to the couch. And then I fell asleep on the couch until 12:02. And Dara told me, she says, babe, I'm going to work. All right. C'est la vie. All right, what am I going to use for a ground wire? I got to find one that's going to do the job, but not overkill, because I don't want to have to fight with it. So, if this was a ground, it would be great. However, it's not a ground, so it's not going to be great. I'm running out of scrap wires. Well, the commonly used scrap wires. Is that? I think I found one. I think. Yeah, I think I did. Let's get this over here.